In today's video, we are going to touch probably the hottest topic of the last 2 years. We are going to dive into the mechanisms of COVID-19 vaccines and explore them in a simple and understandable way. Hello everyone, welcome to BlakUouT. Together, we are going to discover and analyze some technological advancements in depth. Fasten your seatbelts then and get ready to have a deep dive. On our mark, ready, steady, let's roll in. For the last few years, humanity has been facing a tremendous challenge. The pandemic of COVID-19 has changed the way we live, the way we communicate, and the way we see things. COVID-19 has been studied and several scientists have concluded that it is one of the most contagious viruses in the history of humankind. In today's video, we are going to dive into some basic understanding on how vaccines work. COVID-19 is a contagious disease caused by SARS-CoV-2. In December of 2019, the first confirmed case was discovered in Wuhan, China. Since then, the virus has spread globally, resulting in a pandemic. Let's take a look at the types of COVID-19 vaccines that are being manufactured. According to the World Health Organization, many vaccine candidates will be evaluated before any are found to be both safe and effective. For example, of all the vaccines that are studied in the lab and laboratory animals, roughly 7 out of every 100 will be considered good enough to move into clinical trials in humans. Of the vaccines that do make it to clinical trials, just 1 in 5 is successful. Having lots of different vaccines in development increases the chances that there will be 1 or more successful vaccines that will be shown to be safe and efficacious for the intended prioritized populations. There are 3 main approaches to design a vaccine. Their differences lie in whether they use just the parts of the germ that triggers the immune system or just genetic material that provides the instructions for making specific proteins and not the whole virus. The subunit approach. A subunit vaccine is one that only uses the very specific parts, the subunits, of a virus or bacterium that the immune system needs to recognize. It doesn't contain the whole microbe or use a safe virus as a vector. The subunits may be proteins or sugars. Most of the vaccines on the childhood schedule are subunit vaccines. The whole microbe approach. This approach has 3 different subcategories. Let's take a look at them together. Inactivated vaccine. The first way to make a vaccine is to take the disease-carrying virus or bacterium, or one very similar to it, and inactivate or kill it using chemicals, heat, or radiation. This approach uses technology that's been proven to work in people. This is the way the flu and polio vaccines are made, and vaccines can be manufactured on a reasonable scale. However, it requires special laboratory facilities to grow the virus or bacterium safely, can have a relatively long production time, and will likely require 2 or 3 doses to be administered. Live attenuated vaccine. A live attenuated vaccine uses a living but weakened version of the virus or one that's very similar. This approach uses similar technology to the inactivated vaccine and can be manufactured at scale. However, vaccines like these may not be suitable for people with compromised immune systems. Viral vector vaccine. This type of vaccine uses a safe virus to deliver specific subparts, called proteins, of the germ of interest so that it can trigger an immune response without causing disease. To do this, the instructions for making particular parts of the pathogen of interest are inserted into a safe virus. The safe virus then serves as a platform or vector to deliver the protein into the body. The protein triggers the immune response. The Ebola vaccine is a viral vector vaccine, and this type can be developed rapidly. The genetic approach. Unlike vaccine approaches that use either a weakened or dead whole microbe or parts of one, a nucleic acid vaccine just uses a section of genetic material that provides the instructions for specific proteins, not the whole microbe. DNA and RNA are the instructions our cells use to make proteins. In our cells, DNA is first turned into messenger RNA, which is then used as the blueprint to make specific proteins. A nucleic acid vaccine delivers a specific set of instructions to our cells, either as DNA or mRNA, for them to make the specific protein that we want our immune system to recognize and respond to. The nucleic acid approach is a new way of developing vaccines. Because of the pandemic, research in this area has progressed very fast, and some mRNA vaccines for Covid-19 are getting emergency use authorization, which means that they can be used already. Leading companies of Covid-19 vaccine. Based on the technologies we just reviewed, there are some leaders in the pharmaceutical industry that have developed the Covid-19 vaccine. Their research teams made the production of it possible, either following the classical types of vaccines or the innovative types. Let's take a look at the most popular vaccines developed by leading companies in the health industry. Pfizer, Sputnik, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, AstraZeneca, Sinopharm. According to the scientific community, vaccines have probably been the greatest invention of the last century. They have been able to eliminate deadly diseases over the past decades and saved millions of lives. Nowadays, once again, we take advantage of the benefits of vaccines. In addition to already existing techniques, scientists have worked on an innovative solution that is currently being implemented for the very first time, and that is the mRNA vaccine technology. However, millions of people are still not convinced that the solution to end the pandemic are the vaccines. Lots of protests and resistance towards vaccination have been encountered and are still ongoing. What do you think about the innovation of the mRNA type vaccines compared to the classical types? Let us know in the comments below. If you would like to find out more information about vaccines and healthcare in general, please visit the website of World Health Organization. We hope you enjoyed our video. If you want to watch more similar content, then make sure you smash the like button, share this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to not lose any of our new uploads. Don't forget to leave a comment that you have subscribed, and we will try to reply as soon as possible. We BlakUouT.